representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish out bright future, we can't Spanish.
Yeah,
it's easy to day that's rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions, fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when Eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
It's a nice setup.
This is your setup. It's cool.
Do you want to come on?
Nah, I'll only be here for a minute. Oh, he's sin-binned himself.
The host has gone.
That is
I'm
perfect.
not actually meant to be on stream today, but I'm here.
I just saw it freeze. I just saw it freeze and I thought, yeah, I'm going to be behind. I'm going to sin bin myself so it doesn't look matter.
I'll be in the comments. I'm going to go downstairs.
Okay.
All right,
Good evening,
CJC.
everyone. Hope you're doing well. This is the Sunderland match reaction, the 0-0 draw at Sellers Park. In a game where it's just like, man, how did we not win that? Well, we know one reason. We know one reason for sure. Chairman, how's it going?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I've had a good day today. Obviously, JC and I've been around with the grandchild. That's been nice. But
Nice.
yeah, I've recovered from yesterday, and of course, we'll talk about their goalkeeper later. But he was heroic, wasn't he? You know.
It was crazy.
100%.
Tim, how are you doing?
I'm all right, man. How's everyone? Yeah. I mean, when a goalkeeper stands on his head like that, there's really not much you can do. But I mean, fair play to him. He was absolutely incredible, and I think the reason I'm not all that. I mean, I'm bummed. I feel like we dropped 2 points there, but on the other hand, I felt a little bit of grudging respect. I'm like, you know what? That was a very Palace performance by Sunderland right there.
Yeah.
You know what? So I kind of, I'm like, game recognizes game. I kind of get it. They defended incredibly well.
They did. It was like last night I was sitting there and I was like, this was kind of like the FA Cup final.
It really was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where we're obviously sitting there, head in hands, like, oh my gosh, attack after attack after attack. So yeah, look, fair play to them. But Tim, let's start off with that first off. I don't think we started well at all, to be honest.
No.
Especially the first half hour. Like, what did you make of it?
No, I agree with that. And in fact, if I remember my halftime stats correctly, I think Sunderland did they have more of the ball? I thought they had more of the ball in the first half, and they were surprisingly well controlled and kind of keeping it from us. And we didn't really see a lot of, well, maybe I'll put it this way. We saw some ideas that broke down very quickly. So we really didn't get off the mark in that first half at all. And it was a little bit surprising, disappointing. I guess the reason I wasn't too bothered by it is because it looked like, in some cases, Jeremy Pino trying to get into positions, make something happen, and then it's a wayward pass. The guy's an obvious talent.
Yeah.
The frustration was Daichi Kamada makes the most Wharton-esque pass I've ever seen him make.
It's unbelievable pass, by the way.
You got it, son. You got to finish that. A pass that good deserves a finish, but
100%.
Is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, with that chance, Shane, we were talking before Jim joined us backstage that once again, I think we've got to give credit to their keeper.
Yeah, I said that. I mean, when I watched Match of Day last night, and the analysis they showed was how many times Sunderland got 10 men behind the ball. So they really, really worked. To be fair, apart from Mitchell's chance, they did nothing offensively, but they came for a point, and they got it.
A pint.
Pint. Yeah, sorry. I personally thought the first 30 minutes, Sunderland knocked the ball around a lot without actually doing anything really, and we just sort of slowly started to get back in. I thought we started very slowly. I agree with both of what you said there, but But you know, so what you said, Rich, is exactly what I thought. It was just like the cup final, wasn't it? We scored, defended, and Henderson just pulled off save after save, and it's exactly what they did. I mean,
Yeah, they did.
undoubtedly, if Pino scored that chance, I reckon we win 2-3-0 because they have to come forward. But at the end of the day, all the time it's 0-0. You know, Sam Allardyce said it. If you go away from home and pick up a point every game, you're doing well.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they did. So, and fair play to them. I thought Sunderland, they played well. I'm not going to say that. Do they deserve a point? Maybe, maybe not. Because we could have had 5, couldn't we? If with a bit of luck got our way. I mean, Kamada could have had 2, possibly 3 on his own, couldn't he?
Yeah.
So,
but to that point, Chairman, I do think, again, I don't want to. This is a Palace, stream, so I'm not going to make this a Sunderland stream. But I will say, I think Regis Labrie has done an admirable coaching job.
He has, yeah.
With that team. They've pulled a lot of new players in, and they played surprisingly connected football for a fair portion of that game, particularly defensively. Like you said, they didn't do really much of anything offensively, but it still takes a lot to be connected defensively and defend incredibly well. That's good coaching. That's good coaching.
I think what it does do, it shows what a good manager does for you. I mean, you've only got to go back a couple of years and think about Ancelotti when he went to Everton. He made them top 6, top 7 with a pretty rubbish team, didn't he? He left and they went straight down, and they've been rubbish ever since. And Mourinho at Man United, they slagged him off, but he won 2 FA Cups and finished second with that team. So it just shows you've got a good manager, then anything's possible, isn't it?
Anything's possible, for sure.
No, that's true. I mean, when you look at that first half, especially I'd say from our goal kicks, like they were very brave in their pressing. They would have 2 up front. Then you got so that was Diarra and Esador. Then you got Siddiqui who would join in as well, and it really gave Lerma and Hughes a big problem because Lerma would Lerma was trying to drift off to find some space, and then Hughes is actually Hughes is the outball, and he was the outball so much, but we just couldn't find him. It's like they were blocking off all the passing lanes. And if we had that outball, if we managed to find him, we're gone. We're gone, Which obviously, look, there's always the if, buts, and maybes. If Adam Wharton was there, I think we create even more chances, because he's quick at passing the ball forward, But then Pino has his chance. And I think from that moment on, Sunderland became very wary.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like, oh, actually, that crop pass that was created from 2-3 passes.
Yes.
Just like that 1, 2, 3. They were like, oh, that's Premier League's quick, and they slowly started to drop deeper and deeper.
Buy more fouls. They slowed the game down a lot.
Yeah,
especially in the
we're
second
not
half.
going to talk about the ref today. I'm trying not to.
I mean, Tim, you're absolutely bang on. I mean, the way the Sunderland players were throwing themselves on the floor to buy time and get it was embarrassing. And the referee fell for it time and time again.
Every single time.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time. No, it was horrible. I don't want to get bang on about the referee either. He was absolutely horrible. But that is what you have to do. The thing of it is that we should have known that was coming. And I do think Glasner saw that. And when Daichi moved back into the 6, we were moving the ball a lot better. We were a lot faster. And honestly, we looked at a heck of a lot more. I'm telling you, I think Kamada, and I'm excited for Wharton to come back and play alongside Daichi. I think that is, I love Yuzi. I couldn't love him more, but he's got to make room. Those two, the way they move the ball, we look good.
What I would say, Tim, and the only thing I would say, which I thought personally was a bit of a negative, and I've got to say he did play well, but I thought when Devaney came on, and he put Kamada. Kamada did his best work playing up forward on 8. Now, I thought he should have put Devaney in the middle next to Hughes, but because when he put, even though Devaney played very well, I'm not saying he didn't, but when he put Kamada back into midfield next to Hughes, I thought he sort of went very quiet after that. He wasn't getting forward because he was then one of the two holding midfielders.
Right.
So and he was probably the most likely player to score for us. He had all
That's
the shots. So
That's true. I just thought we moved the ball much better when
definitely,
he
yeah.
was when he was back there. But that's a very fair point. And yeah, Kamada was. I thought Kamada had a brilliant game, and he was the most consistent goal threat. But it's a great point about Deveni, and I heard you guys on this yesterday. Just a quick shout on him. Glasner made some great subs. I think we started moving the ball much better, and Deveni looks more and more like the player. He's another one. He's yet another one where we've talked about how Glasner improves players. Where has that guy come from? Man, he was sensational in his sub minutes yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, there was one moment where I think Uche does a bit of a dribble, passes it to Deveni, who gives it to Mateta with one touch. But Mateta's facing the goalkeeper. Like he doesn't realize what's going on. But in comparison to the other games he's played in the 10, he played it a lot sharper yesterday. I was like, oh, that's how you play the 10 position. Like, he played that very well yesterday. All right, let's hit some comments and we'll get back into it. So big up the dog. I mean, is there much content to chase up? You obviously had Tim with the back of this watch along.
Yeah, we did the match reaction yesterday.
Oh, the match reaction, not the watch along. Yeah, and stuff. You know, go and see what people's viewpoints are. Granted, they tend to change day to day. This is why the reaction is so important for us the following day. Big up JC, obviously. He's Emilio's getting fed, but he's staying in the chat. Big up Gaurav. Let's see what else is down there. So, Dog saying here, Pino found himself in incredible position. His positional play was unreal. You know, once he sorts out his passing and his finishing, we've got a player there. We've definitely got. But the pockets he was finding, like constantly.
I said this yesterday.
Good.
Yeah, I said this yesterday. With Sunderland playing 10 behind the ball, and he still found space, didn't he, all the time. I thought that is a real talent to be able to do that when it's so packed at the back, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
His movement is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
No, 100%. Tim, doubling up on YouTube vlogs.
I go where I'm asked. That's all. I just go where I'm asked.
He's popular.
He is a very popular Palace fan. Like, it's your football knowledge, Tim.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I just go where I'm asked.
all I can say, Tim, is that people come up to me at work and they say, "I love hearing Tim speak. He's so intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. He makes so much sense." So that's coming from the general public. So there you go.
Absolutely.
That's very nice. I appreciate that.
No problem. Big up to Damo. Big up to Pat. I should have read that before I put that up. You love talking about that sort of stuff, don't you, Pat? How old are you now? 16? That's probably why.
Bloody hell, Rich, I'm 61. I ain't got a clue what he's talking about.
Brilliant. Well done.
Big up Millsy. I'm going to lose focus. I know JC's in the chat like, oh my. Who was it there? I think that's big up Conrad. And let's see. Yeah, that's everyone. That is everyone. So yeah, Tim, what do you think changed in the second half before the substitution? Because I feel like we were still playing quite quickly.
That's a good question. I mean, yeah, before the substitutions, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the pace of the movement seemed to be a little bit bigger, just a little bit faster. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. The one thing I did notice early on in the second half is the passes were shorter. And so we would like shorten the passes and move into space quicker. Now, obviously, I thought that really didn't make a massive difference until the subs came on. And then you had probably the one who made the biggest difference when we were playing that way, and he came on and was playing those short passes and moving into positions continuously was Uche. He had 12 minutes. Those were 12 really, really good minutes.
Excited minutes as well.
Very exciting minutes, because he looks like somebody. I'll make a statement that I think is a little bit reckless, and I'd be curious of what you two think about this. It feels to me like he's a player that will do a lot for JP. And what I mean by that is he can soak up, he can come in and he can take a center back. He can take a center back away and create a little bit of space for JP. I think JP's going to love having him in there. I don't know when we're going to see him for like 60 minutes, but I'm very excited for that.
No, absolutely.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
He's a very big boy. Yeah.
I went on Twitter and a lot of them were like, "Oh, Uche is incredible. For just 10 minutes, 12 minutes, it was great. Uche's fires are massive." That seemed to be the general consensus.
But he was running. I mean, he was the player. Like, he was already trying to do 1-2s. He was holding up the play, but he's already trying to run into space, create something, working with the was it Mitchell that he was? No, it wasn't Mitchell. He was trying to overlap with somebody and just create some space out there on the left. I thought he was exciting. He's got me really interested. I want to see where Glasner wants to deploy him on a more consistent basis.
Absolutely. Just very quickly, Quinton, honestly, we're humbled that you're saying you're starstruck. Don't, please come and say hi. Yeah. Come and do a fan cam. Please. Yeah. It'll be great to put so many faces to the names, So yeah, are you there, Bill, Tuesday? If you are, come and say hi. I know obviously it's going to be quite late and hopefully you don't have to travel too far, but come and say hi. We love to speak to fans. It's awesome. Chairman, Uche, I mean, what a cameo that was.
Yeah, I think I thought when he brought him on, I thought we'd have changed formation slightly and got the two up front. And I think if we'd have done that, I'm not saying we'd have scored, but I think having JP and Uche up front, I think their two centre halves would have gone, what the hell's going on here, isn't it? They'd have really given the run around. But obviously, he sort of played him more wider. But there was a great bit, actually, which I saw in the highlights as well, funny enough, when he was playing up against Saka. Now, Saka's... Xhaka, Granit Xhaka, he's a seasoned pro, isn't he? And this guy's just starting out, and he was like, Xhaka was trying to pull him down. He was muscling him off the ball, and he pulled him down, and he got up, and then the referee gave him a free kick. And I thought, wow, he's doing that to a seasoned pro, so he's obviously got guts, isn't he, to go and do that? But I thought I thought both of them. I thought he was very bright. I've got to say, I don't think he'll start against Millwall, but I think this kid is going to get. Like next game, 15 minutes, in 20 minutes, in 25 minutes, they'll definitely going to build him up because he has got the physique, he's got the work ethic, and he's got the stamina and the speed to really cause problems, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And I mean, within those 12 minutes, I think he's, like you said, held up the ball well. I think he's beat a man twice. He's got 2 crosses in. He's got a shot off. And we'll come back to that because I've been trying to find another angle. They have not shown one. I still think that's a penalty.
I'm not seeing it clearly, to be honest with
you. Yeah.
There's a very slow-mo and I mean, when I've been slow, like someone's slowed it really, really down. And Isidore, granted, look, he's going for the ball. Like, there's no malice in anything.
Yeah.
But he does catch his shin.
Yeah, he does. And he catches him with the studs there.
With the studs, yeah. I thought Uche kicked the bottom of his foot, that's why I thought, actually, let me see another angle. But when it will slow down to like a crazy slow. But I don't know whether or not it got checked. I mean, the referee didn't know what he was doing himself anyway.
Yeah, the report is that they didn't. The report is that they did not take it to VAR. VAR did not ask him to have a look at it. So that, to me, that's the only thing about it that was a little bit surprising because I thought there was enough there at least for a check.
Yeah,
I'm not too bothered that it wasn't a pen. Because it's different, right? Like I may be misinterpreting here, but if you have two players going for the ball, and there's contact, it's a little harsh.
Yeah, it
If
was an
they're
innocent attempt at the
right.
ball. I give him that. Yeah, I'll be mad if we conceded a penalty like that. But then you could
Yes.
say that
There
they're
you go.
given on like another area of the field. It's given.
That's
Very
fair.
true. I mean,
That's
to be
fair.
brutally honest with you, I don't. I know we saw it, Rich, but I don't know if you saw it, Tim, in the first half when Pino was in space, wasn't he? And one of the Sunderland players absolutely smashed him to pieces, isn't he? Running in the
Yeah.
back of him, and the referee didn't even blow for a free kick or anything. Just played on, and the guy was
Yeah.
like prone on the floor, and you're thinking,
Yeah.
honestly, I know. I tell you, I know we don't want to talk about the ref, but even if it wasn't, he probably wouldn't have given it anyway. So it
Yeah.
was so bad.
I agree. Yes, I did see that, but what was frustrating me more is that I thought to be fair, the Sunderland center backs, and I forget the kid who's from PSG, who I thought did a pretty good job on
Was
JP.
Alderete? Was it that one?
Mariki, maybe something like that. I can't remember the last name.
Oh,
Anyway,
Mukele or something.
Mukele, I think that's
Yeah.
it. Did a very nice job, but they were yanking him down,
Yeah.
battering into him, shoving him to the floor, and not once did I mean
No.
it's not like JP. I mean, yes, could have been better. Hold up could have been better, but they absolutely abused him, and the ref never made that right. Never once.
No.
So was he
Yeah.
ever going to be able to hold up the ball? I don't think so, because it
No.
was just a free for all right there. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, we had to change the style of play a little bit, because the ball into JP was just that was a dead end.
No, absolutely. And I think there was even one with Mark, like really late in the game. It seemed like the defenders was proper trying to. I don't think he would get it, but it looked clumsy.
It pushed him over, wasn't it? That's right. In the
Yeah.
last minute, that wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
looks very, very clumsy.
Gaurav is saying Siddiqui. I think that might be right. It might be Siddiqui.
Was it Siddiqui one of the midfielders? I mean, he was all over the place, but like he was everywhere. Like they had a lot of runners.
I don't know, but yes, they did have a lot of runners, and you make a great point about how they were pressing with some amount of bravery. The difference is they backed off of that a little bit in the second half, and I think that did change things. They weren't pressing with nearly as much intensity, but even when they did press in the first half, the difference is in what I respect about them, which I don't respect. There's a lot of people who are talking about Man United, and they got smoked by City today. And part of the reason for it is, I'm not going to get on. I'll get on to that rant later. There's a lot of chatter on the US feed about how you can't play three at the back. Like three at the back is a dead end. Like, I don't know. There's a team that's given up only one goal and has 3 clean sheets and 4. They play three at the back. They're pretty good. But I do think that the difference is they just get back behind the ball. They would press, and they lose the ball, and they are running. And that's what you have to do. If you're going to play like that, you got to defend from the front. And there are a lot of teams that do not defend from the front.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And we've just got to give them credit. I'm just going through a few more comments.
I think it makes you
So
wonder
Stollops-
how long you can go on like that, though, isn't it? I mean, it's okay the first couple of games, but when you're 20, 30 games into the season, his players start to get tired, didn't it? When you're running that much
if you have
all
injuries,
the time.
yep.
Yeah, it could be a problem there.
As soon as the injuries start piling up, it'll be harder to
Exactly.
do that, and then you may just be like, it may be a lot more parking of the bus. Which, to be fair, I mean, that's what the promoted teams are doing too. But yeah, I mean, I thought I thought they gave us some trouble, but like these to the point about the subs coming in and what we see with Uche and what we're going to see on Tuesday. I don't know, but I feel like coming out of this match, I'd be curious what both of you think. I'm disappointed by the 2 points dropped, but that's outweighed by how massively excited I am by the talent that we've just recruited. I think Pino
It's
is
unreal.
he's terrific. I think Uche looks terrific. I hope that I can't watch the Tuesday game live, so I'll watch it later. I hope there's like a cameo from JD Canvo. I mean, let's see the kid.
No,
Why
absolutely.
not?
Speaking of players, Romain Esse.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
We saw him literally walk straight down the tunnel.
Did he?
He's clearly not happy.
He's not. He didn't clap the fans. Nothing.
No,
Oh,
just walked
man.
straight down the tunnel.
That's got January loan written all over it, doesn't it, Chairman?
Yeah.
I was going to ask, should we have loaned him in the summer window anyway? Then, if that was the case, because it's clear that Glasgow doesn't fancy him.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an issue there. I mean, the rumours coming out that again he's got a bit of an attitude issue. He's obviously not happy. And when you're playing, when Devaney came on, the obvious replacement was Esse, wasn't it? That's his position. So when you're playing a centre midfielder in your like sort of attacking 8/10 position, it does say a lot about yourself, doesn't it? I don't think Glasgow fancy him at all. And if he really doesn't fancy him, then absolutely. You either use him or you loan him out. His point is being there. We spent like 15, 20 million quid on him, so it does seem like a bit of a waste. I think the Millwall game is going to be an interesting one because I think bearing in mind that after that we've got West Ham and then we've got Liverpool and then the European games start. If he doesn't play him against Millwall, then when is he ever going to play him? I really don't know. But yeah, I mean, we watched him walk off down the tunnel at the end of the game. Didn't clap anybody, didn't acknowledge anybody. Just literally walked straight off. He's obviously not happy, but there's something going on behind the scenes. There has to be, isn't it? Because when he came on against Forest first game for about 20-25 minutes, he actually looked pretty bright, didn't he? In that same position. So I don't know what's gone on. I've got to say.
No, absolutely. I think Millwall game will be very telling because when you think about who we've now got playing in that position, we've got Yeremy Pino, Kristansas Uche, which they both may start as well, Ismail Assar, who's injured, Daichi Kamada, Justin Devaney, and obviously Romain himself. He's fallen to 6th place.
Yeah.
To the point where Glaston's more than happy to put Justin Devaney in that 10 position ahead of him, even though he may be better in the 8, and the same with Daichi. So 6th choice, it doesn't look very good.
I don't know if I don't know if he's come with the attitude that I've played 20 games for Millwall and I should walk into the team, that sort of attitude. But he has to toe the line and he has to build up and he has to wait for his chance and take it both hands. And you have to train well and you have to do the right and say the right things. That's how football works. If you're a good player, but you don't conform, they just boot you out. And that's the end of that. It's a cutthroat business, as we know, and results mean everything. And if he thinks he's going to get more out of Devaney than playing Esse in the same position, he's going to do what's best for the team. But Esse's got to do something to get the manager on his side. I mean, very similar situation was Rob Holding, wasn't it? When one of the defenders went injured and he put, I think it was Nathaniel Klein on himself, a right back to play centre half when he'd got a centre half sitting on the bench. And that just speaks volumes. He spoke out about it and that was it. Banished to the under-21s and never seen again.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if the biggest issue, I guess I'll ask both of you. I wonder if the biggest issue is Justin Devaney's development has been so good. And he is clearly, the manager loves Justin Devaney. He loves him. He thinks he walks on water. He's doing whatever he's doing in training and however he just responds to the information he gets from the manager, he's leveled up substantially, and he has leveled up substantially. To be fair, he looked great yesterday, and he just keeps getting better. Is it a matter, Rich, of just like Devaney is advancing at such a rate that he's just competing Eze out of a job?
It could be that. It could be that case, but then it should still be quite disappointing for Romain, because when you look at Justin, when you look at our centre midfielders, we're down to 2, 3 at a push. Because of the injuries. We've got Decore injured and Wharton injured. So he should be thinking, surely I could be getting some game time here. And he doesn't. I agree. I don't know. Is he training well enough? Or does he just have this attitude that he's like, yeah, I've made it? I don't know. I don't know where it is, but clearly Glasner doesn't fancy him. And I generally think if he doesn't see any minutes on Tuesday, I don't know when he's going to see minutes.
So I said, yeah. I think if you look at, Rich, you look at the chat, look at Mary's comment. She's hit the nail right on the head here. Devaney is a team player. He just says to Glasner, says to him, do this. He goes and does it. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do it, and the rest of my ability. And I think that's exactly why every time we go to the bench, he puts Devaney on, doesn't he? Every single, without fail, he comes on every game. And that's exactly why. He does whatever he's told to do in any position he's told to do it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I'd also just add that, do you remember how Glasner talked about, how Justin raised his hand for the penalties during the Community Shield? He sounded like a proud dad. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want somebody who says, yeah, I'm in. I've got it, Gaffer. No question. I can do it. And sure enough, he stepped up and he buried it.
Best penalty.
That penalty.
Best penalty.
That was the best penalty that we had in that round. So, that may be another thing too. Devaney clearly backs himself. He clearly believes in himself, and belief is a really big thing for this manager.
No, absolutely. Quinton's saying here that Esse's face was like thunder when he left the ground yesterday. So I reckon he's got absolute bollocking. I reckon he has for not going down to clap the fans off. Because that's the one thing that Glasner hates. He hates like a rebellious sort of attitude, in a sense. Like, the one thing you got to do is go and clap the fans.
Yeah.
And to see him walk off like, yeah, it's not looking good for him.
No.
Not looking good for him at all.
That's so sad. I mean, to be, on the one hand, it would only rise to £14.5 million with the add-ons. There's no chance those add-ons are happening right now if the way things are going. So it's a £12 million buy, which stinks. £12 million is still £12 million, especially for Palace, but it's not like, França, who was £25 million. So I don't know. That makes me sad. But at some point, and maybe it's now, I need to ask you about Jess, because this situation feels so similar.
Yeah, that's right. Very true.
I mean,
it does.
So here's what I said yesterday, and I'm curious what you think about it. Jess does not lack for talent. I have seen him over multiple seasons, and the first thing I wanted him to do was build up his right foot, and he started scoring goals with this right foot. He's not two-footed, but he can score with both feet. He doesn't lack for talent. He's getting older now. He's going to be 23. It has to be that either the physicality or the desire to defend from the front isn't there. That must be it, right? Otherwise, I don't get it.
It has to be something. There has to be something, because with the players that Glasner has played, he's improved every one of them.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
even made Nathaniel Klein an amazing right centre back.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, so there must be something there for them to not be getting game times and having to go and take random Turkish loans. Like, I
Something's
think the
not
players
right.
got to look at themselves, because I'm saying now, if Eze's attitude or ego, whatever it may be, if it was all in check and Glasgow was playing him, we could tell already he's going to be a phenomenal player. We already know that. But he's got to buck up his ideas. He has to. Like, what more can... We cannot be questioning this manager and his choices. I'm sorry.
Chairman, what is it?
I honestly, I don't. I mean, thing with Jess, right, is that I know when he went loaned for Charlton, he did really, really well. If I'm going to speak really honestly, I've probably seen Jess play about 4 or 5 times. I've been to 4 or 5 with the under-21 games, and I can honestly say he hasn't impressed me in any of those games. Maybe it's his work ethic, I don't know. But I mean, Scott Banks, he impressed me every time I saw him play. You know, he was running around, he was trying to make things happen. Jess Ratsaki has obviously got the talent. There's no two ways about it. Came on in a pre-season friendly and scored. But there is something stopping it, isn't it? It appears that Palace are just loaning him to anybody in the hopes that he has a good season, they buy him. That's what it seems to me anyway.
Yeah. I'm sorry I interrupted you there, Rich. But
No, it's all good. It's all good. This is the discussion we're having here. Like, we also got to look at ourselves as a club. Like, we don't sell well.
No.
We really don't. I hate to say it, but that team down south will sell a player like Jess for like 50 mil. Even like Bournemouth will do it. Like, we've got to find a way of somehow selling players. I mean, Hutchinson still managed to nick off another 30+ million pound move. You know, he moved to Ipswich for like 35 and moved to Forest for 35. How did he retain the value when he wasn't good?
But the thing is, like with the Brighton players and with Omari Hutchinson, they are playing regularly in the first team, and I think that's the big difference, isn't it? Would Jess play regularly in front of Sarr? I doubt it. He wouldn't have played in front of Eze. He's not going to play in front of Pino, is he?
Right.
No.
So,
but there's been many games where like we've been quite comfortable.
I agree.
I'm sure they could have got a half an hour in and they haven't. So
yeah,
I totally agree with you. That's one. Maybe that's one small criticism of Glasgow we probably would have, is that when we are comfortable, and we've only got 10, 15 minutes to go, why not
just rotate.
give some of these kids a chance and just see what they can do? I'm not saying do it with 1-0, but if we're comfortable in the game, then why not? Why not?
Yeah. And David here says Jez, Eze, maybe it's Glasgow, whatever it is, he can't be falling out with too many more players.
Yeah, I mean, David's not wrong here. I mean, it's an interesting point. And what we do know, this is maybe I wouldn't say it's the bad side of Glasner, but maybe it's the other side of Glasner, which is he has exacting standards. He has very high demands, which as fans, I think we love that. I love that. I want that for our football club. But, you know, the other side of exacting standards, big demands, is if you don't live up to those demands, you're out. And he's made that real clear. He's drawn a line in the sand. And if you cross that line, see you later. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a way back from that. For Romain Esse, this all seems to have started last season at Liverpool when he got yanked, and he's not recovered from that. Despite that, I honestly thought, to your point, Chairman, from earlier, I thought the beauty of that performance he put in versus Forest is he showed a willingness to defend from the front. It's the first time I saw that from him. He was getting some tackles in. He was putting himself out and about. He wasn't just trying to do flicks and tricks, which I think Glasner wants, but it doesn't seem to have helped. And I'm not sure what it is.
I mean, I was at Liverpool last year, and that happened right in front of me. And the stupid thing about it was we were winning 1-0 at the time away to Liverpool, and I think Liverpool
Yes.
had taken off Trent, I think it was, and they'd gone to 3 at the back, and then Glasner brought SA on because literally they were playing nobody on the right side at all, and there was acres of space, and he just kept checking back when he could have been running into the space all the time, and you could see Glasner getting like really agitated by all this. But did you notice though that Jess and SA, same issue? They're not first team players. They're people who want to be in the first team, but not just quite made the level. And obviously, maybe they're demanding that they should be. And he's saying, "Well, the people in your position are playing better, and I'm not going to drop them."
Right.
But there's something going on there, obviously, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. But at the end of the day, how can we criticise Glasner? I mean, he's won an FA Cup, he's won a Charity Shield. What was it, with 15 games unbeaten? And in that time, we played Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Man City, Liverpool. How can you argue with him? He's doing the right. Good coaches make the right decision. I mean, like Pep Guardiola bought Grealish for 100 million and pretty much ostracised him. So they all do it, don't they?
Right,
So,
right. And you know what? I mean, this is the other thing from the game yesterday, Rich, that I felt. This is the other thing I felt really good about. I think that the players we've recruited, like the previous teams we've had under Glasner, are not necessarily all designed for a Glasner system, but they fit pretty well. And he's such a good coach. He utilizes them, for example. Like Ebbs is not really a Glasner player. He's not a direct player, not at all. But now we have a team of players that play the way Glasner wants to play. And I feel like this might be a season where I get to see Glasner cook. And that makes me, so coming out of this game, even though dropping 2 points, I felt like, man, I think we are going to play fast. We're going to play direct.
Yeah.
We're going to be dangerous. We're going to defend really well. I think we're going to be an absolute beast to play against. And I am excited by that.
And that's the thing, when you think about now, we're looking at who do we start with from Sarr, Uche, Pino.
Mm-hmm.
It can change based on the opponent we've got. If we need to get through a low bloke, we'll probably start more of a Pino. If we're playing on a break, it's definitely. Can you imagine Sarr and Uche counter-attacking football?
Seriously, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine playing a high line against Mateta, Uche, and Sarr? That's like suicide. Why would you do that?
Well, why not? Why not? You know, why not against Millwall? Why not start SA, start Uche, start Canvot?
I think so.
You know, and say, well, look, you know, here's your chance. Show me what you got.
Here's your chance. Yeah.
And you know, we've got all these European games coming up. We're going to be a lot of rotation. Put yourself into the frame and put it onto them and say, well, there you go. If we can't perform against a league championship side, how are you going to perform in Europe or in the Premiership? It's a different animal.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that Uche will play up front on Tuesday. And
that's interesting. You think he'll start up front?
Yeah, and he may go, if he's going to go for full rotation, then he'll probably go Pino and Esse in the 10s. But then we know Glasner. He likes attacking every competition.
Yeah, he does.
So if Mateta does start, then I reckon he goes Pino Uche. And that is going to be so exciting to see. This is here a few more comments. David saying here, are we treating Glasner with an even hand as when it was Roy? We were all over him for such things. I think with Glasner, this is my opinion, Glasner has used some, like, so Caleb would be playing more if he was fit, and he's obviously brought in Justin Devaney. Yep. Obviously, on the other hand, it's Jez and Esse who are not seeing as much time, you know. So I think so, and like I think Franco Ume was another one who was regularly called up. Rio Cardines has now been called up a lot, so they're getting the calls. They're getting the calls. Obviously, it would be great to see more of them break through. But I think with Roy, I think it was obvious, like we had like Jeffrey Schlupp playing on the wings, and it's like, come on, surely you play Jess.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, if we want to make it apples to apples, there is a big difference. I love Roy. I'm very grateful for Roy. But one of the things that was very frustrating about watching a Hodgson team is that the subs didn't come until like the 85th minute. Or I mean, I'm exaggerating,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like he would run those players into the ground and not use the subs. And that's not Glasner. He starts mixing things up and looking to change the game around 60 minutes. So I mean, to be fair, David, it is a little bit different.
Yeah, I was going to agree with that as well. I think with Hodgson, to be fair to him, I don't think he had the squad. I think the squad we got now is far better than we had then. And the other thing was I think Hodgson, I won't have ever slack him off. I think he's done a great job for us. But he wasn't interested in making the fans happy. He just needed results to keep Palace up. That's right. All his game plan was, nothing else, which is why we never even got past the first round in any other cup competition. He was quite happy to sack them all off just to stay in the league. Nothing else.
Shannon's saying here, maybe they just aren't adapting to OG's system or not receptive enough to his advice or coaching.
That could be,
Mary's saying we haven't seen enough of the players to know if they're good enough or not. And also says, it's why Ebbs might struggle to get to the England's team on a regular basis. Yeah, Tuchel was very like, and then completely dropped him. You know,
did he?
Oh, yeah, he didn't play at all against was it Serbia?
But he said Eze trained really well, but had a really poor game or something along them lines. Yeah. After we won 5-0.
Wow. Well, can I give you the opposite from the U.S. perspective? Do you know what Pochettino did after the U.S. has been absolutely dreadful, and then he fixed it up, and the second game we won comfortably. You know what he went to? 3 at the back with Chris Richards as the anchor, and that team suddenly it changed it completely. So yeah, Pochettino has seen the light. You do not try to go forward with that U.S. team without your best center back. Learn your lesson, Mauricio.
Welcome to Mason Smith. He says, as a Sunderland fan, I wouldn't be concerned at all if I were a Palace fan. I just thought we played well defensively and got lucky on a few occasions. I totally agree. Yeah, we're definitely not concerned. We're just disappointed we didn't get 3 points, and that's through no fault of your own, by the way. Because your defensive display was unreal, and your goalkeeper, I think, is a lovely segue because he's gonna made himself a £50 million goalkeeper, by the way, just by that one performance alone. My goodness me!
Somebody at Man United is ringing up Sunderland right now.
I mean, what a performance! Like when I look back at it, and you see it from like the TV angles, I'm just, how has he got down to that? How has he saved this and that? And the Mateta one, granted, he knew nothing about. It's still a fantastic save. Like, it blew my mind. Like
he was the reason they got appointed. Don't you worry about it.
He was sensational. He was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, like, it wasn't just his saves; his distribution's very good.
Yeah,
you know,
he's young too. Apparently, he's
22, I believe.
Maybe Mason knows this? Like they either recruited him over the summer or last season. I don't remember what it was, but he's relatively new to Sunderland. But man, he's going to be legendary in that part of the country soon enough.
And even when, like, was it the 93rd or 90th? About 93rd minute, and he's thrown one out, and fair play to Ty because he's managed to track like good 30-40 yards across the pitch. Yeah, but even that throw literally was setting up. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna go and attack it. Like after all this, unbelievable goalkeeping display. You know, unreal. And and I think as a Sunderland fan, I don't think you've got anything to worry about as well. Your coach is very adaptable, and even the game you did lose, you should have won. You know, you started really well, and I think he's got the right balance. He's like, when you look at the Burnley's, Southampton last year, like Burnley, especially under Company, very naive. They thought, come to the Premier League and we'll just do our own football, you know. But you've come with a good balance. You've got a good defensive shape, and the experience Xhaka brings is unmatched.
They bought well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crucial. And if you're going to be a team that stays up, I don't feel very good about Leeds staying up, and I don't feel very good about Burnley staying up. But I think Sunderland of the three has the greatest chance.
Yeah.
You have to defend. Like, this is what was so frustrating about the women's game this morning, which we don't have to talk about because I was getting like Pardew vibes from that. Like, can anybody defend? It'd be nice if we could defend. Like you have to defend.
Yeah.
You have to be able to defend. And Xhaka is terrific. He's a menace. He brings experience. He also brings defensive solidity in that midfield.
And
you
a
got good
calming
center
influence.
backs and a calming influence. If you can defend like that with a solid goalkeeper, you're going to get points. And that's going to give you a chance. And those other teams, like, I don't know, Burnley's going to try and defend, but I don't think they defend all that well. And Leeds doesn't defend at all. So,
I mean, to be fair to Burnley, did for what, 93 minutes?
yeah.
They defended pretty well today.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
The thing about that, though, is that if you defend all the time, at some point, the other opposite will get through.
We'll
and
get
they'll
through,
win.
yeah.
You only lose 1-0. The problem
Yep.
is you keep losing it. At some point,
Yeah.
you've got to win game. And I think Sunderland have got the right balance here. I think they'll go away from home and just try to get a point. And they'll be quite happy with that. And if they can win maybe 7, 8 games, 9 games at home all season, that's enough to stay up, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and
that's all it's about.
Isidore is, I mean, he's half decent. He's big. He's a bit of a problem. He didn't do a ton, but he also didn't get a lot of help. He was isolated.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not bad. So yeah, I don't worry for Sunderland. I think they've got a legit chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Right, guys, I guess we'll leave it there. We've got another busy week ahead of us, 2-game week. So we should be back tomorrow with a Millwall preview. Then we're down at Selhurst Park Tuesday night, which should be tasty, especially if you got Millwall fans. I saw there was a clip where there's a Millwall fan who ran to the Charlton end. He ran to the Charlton end, then he ran back, and the Millwall fans thought it was a Charlton fan and were decided to knock him, beating him up.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Just they are their own worst enemy, aren't they? Hey, look at this thing from. I mean, I don't know when you could do this, Rich, but like the identifying.
Let's pencil this in the next international break, or if it's a week where we don't have too much games, I think because Casey right now
looks good.
Casey looks good, and obviously we've got Drake's Thomas. Obviously, Marsh has a good start to see. There's some great talent back.
There's some serious players
so
down in the academy. Yep.
I'm gonna make a note of that on my phone, David, and we'll make sure.
Haven't the under 18s? They've won 8-0 twice this season already, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
and Alonso, whatever he's doing, keep it up.
Yeah,
keep it up, Alonso. And lastly, big up to Stephen. Thanks for tuning in. Guys, smash the like button on the way out. Yeah, we should be back tomorrow for the Millwall preview. Fan comes as usual, either Tuesday evening or Wednesday morning, depending on how late it is. And then we'll build up to West Ham as well later on in the week. Tim, Chairman, pleasure as always. And as always, up the Palace.
Eagles.
Up the Palace.